Hi everybody, how are you all doing today? This is BA Bad One, and today I'm going to show you a game I have played in Hyper. The commander I am using is Augustin Rigerwald. He is from the Warhammer 40k collaboration, the second wave, and his inspiration and personal skill both improve AP ammunition. So I'm using those with Beyond Range, Punch Through, Fixated, and Refill Station. The inspirations I have on him are Von Essen and Lucians. So I make a full AP build. Other options would be to use Yamamoto or Mimbelli instead of Lucians. And Lucians would be usually my commander, which is the one I am using in Mines as well, and in Prince Eugen. But since I don't have Hyper with all the modules upgraded, because Hyper is attack 3 ship, so after I got the last module in the ship in elite status, there was no point in spending more credits on him, so I didn't upgrade him fully. Like I don't have upgraded any of my tier 7 tech 3 ships. But since tier 8 is coming, this ship, along with some others, have the need to be used again. But still, since the idea is to save credits to buy the tier 8s, I have not upgraded any of the ships yet. And since the 40% from the second rudder module make a big difference, I thought there would not be a point in using Legions to make the agile build on Hyper. So I just focused on the next best thing in Hyper, which is her AP shells. So I'm in a division with one of my friends, and we are playing a game in Neighbors. So since Hyper is a well-armored cruiser and has the turtle back armor scheme, she is very good for brawling. So the idea would be, like always, to try to get closer to the enemy using islands as cover. Since the sea cap is the one with the most islands, that is the one we are heading for. Hyper is a big ship and their concealment is not exactly very good. So, like I said, you have to try to stay always behind islands to cut the line of sight to you, and use that to get closer to your enemies. So, while you don't have a good position, you have to try your best to keep them on the over your detection radius, so when you shoot your guns, after a while you go dark. That way you can move around safely. Meanwhile, the B cap is already being taken, and we are going to ask our friendly Friesland to go that way and make sure it doesn't get capped by the enemy. Problem is, in this game, our teammates rarely do what we ask them to do, even if it's the best thing for the team. So the enemy will end up getting the B cap, no problem, and we will start being behind on points really soon. And for now, the only thing we can do to complain is ring the horn, since we can't complain to Neptune's beer or stone the crows. While we are in the back of the map, being the support line, one of the advantages of having a friendly cruiser with you is that with refill station you can get 10% extra range, so you can always fire from a safe position. But of course this is not the best way to use Hyper, so whenever I see the enemy fleeing, like in these cases, what I'm going to try to do is get closer. While we don't have some good shots for the AP, and because of the range, occasionally using AG shells is one of the best things you can do, so you can up your damage using fires. But on broadsides of enemy ships, even battleships, AP is the go-to in Hyper. I saw somebody say one of these days that, like in most games, in most shooting games, the best place you can be is where none of your team members are, but that only means on the side, doesn't mean to go to the edge of the map. Because if you can explore a place where one of your teammates isn't, that's where you get shots that no one else will get. Here, as you can see, I'm using the island as cover while I get closer to that Nagato, and I keep watching out for the enemies around me. One of the advantages of having an agile build is that you can get ingenious, and with ingenious you always know who's focusing you, or at least that there is an enemy focusing you. But when you don't, you have to do that job and see who's out for you. Now, notice how this Nagato can shoot at us, and I'm going practically straight forward to him. On other ships like Chapayev, this is basically suicide, but on Reaper you can angle a bit and most of the enemy shells will either bounce or you can use some of your agility to try to dodge them. That's when you use the agile build, or in any case, since they are of a very good thickness, you can even make some of the enemy shells shatter. In any case, your turtleback armor scheme will help you a lot and avoid that you get a citadel. By the way, don't forget to always take a camouflage with your ship, because it helps reduce your concealment. Even if all we have is some American camos, that is the theme of this update. So there's plenty of them to go around. So we have 6 members of our team on C-cap. We have got the C-cap and we have the eyes set on the enemy destroyer. Our Friesland is practically dead. Now he's completely dead. And the best he did was to let us know where the enemy DD was. If he had gone to the B point early in the battle, he may have stood a better chance against the enemy DD. Anyway, one of our allies is still fighting his way in the A-cap, making a very good job to make sure the enemy doesn't take it. The least you can do when you are the weaker spawn of the team is to make a resistance in order to get the rest of your team on their way to help you. If you can, better. If you cannot, at least you held the enemy team from getting more points. So right now we are in a good position. We have more points than the enemy and one more ship. We will try to finish the enemy DD in this segment. Even with AP, it does a lot of damage in Reaper, but looking back, maybe the best choice would be to use the explosive shells. Either way, that's also taken care of, and we keep moving toward the center cap, always using the islands as cover, trying to get closer. Remember to always try to get targets on their broadside, and if you can't, that is the cue to change to explosive shells. Unless, of course, you wanna try to hit them on the superstructure. Since Reaper has a rather big reload on their guns, like it's not exactly under 8 seconds, you can always try to get some shots from time to time and see what you can do with them. Because you never know, just at the point you change to explosive shells, that's when the enemy shows broadside. So the best thing you can do is stick to the AP whenever you think the enemy may try to get a turn, and you can take that opportunity. Unfortunately, the teammate we had over at the A-cap was taken out. He did his best to resist and did a pretty good job. And you will see that at the end of the battle, because you will be the best base XP player. So even if you are on the weak side, do your best and you can still be the best of your team. Either way, now we are pushing to B. Finally, getting there, trying to finish this enemy Baltimore, which is very close to the end. And then we can get on top of the points again, and we can turn the cap, and then it's just basically cleanup. You can see from the map that the team is doing the push a little bit spread out, which is very good, because in this case you can create crossfires. One of the worst things a team can do is being all clumped up together in the same square. That way everybody will be bow on and you can't get some crossfires, and with that some good citadel shots. So here you can see the enemy is completely broadside to us, and that is what you can get with crossfires. So work on that. Don't expect them to appear to you. So here our friendly Belfast did a pretty good job of putting a smoke screen covering us, and we can take an opportunity to get some free shots without being spotted. Then the Fiji did the same, and we get a very nice position where all of us can shoot at the enemies. Since the enemies are spotted by some of the other friends we have on the other side, which once again shows why the team shouldn't be all clumped together, so everybody can do something for their team on separate sides. But since we are a hipper, we are a brawler cruiser, we are full health, we are going to do what it needs to be done to take care of the enemy BBs. Flandre is already on fire. We will try to set a few more, since he's already in a very bad position for the AP, and we are heading straight for the Lyon and the other enemy BB, which is almost dead. As I'm taking care of the Lyon, I'm trying to be bow tanking the Iowa, so I don't give him a chance at my broadside. Meanwhile, I requested my fellow teammates to take care of him, while I am focusing on the Lyon. And here, as you can see, we took some very big salvos from the Lyon. 16 guns can make a lot of damage to a cruiser, but we can resist them. As you saw, that was nowhere near a citadel. Most cruisers with that salvo would be instantly gone. And here, as you can see, we take a few more shots from the Lyon and the Iowa, and we are still alive, and the Lyon is almost gone. We didn't even need to get close to him. And here is where I missed the Kraken. I requested the team to get back, since you don't have a button to say ceasefire, which would also be nice, and we missed it out. Either way, it was a nice battle in the Hipper. I wish I could have brawled more, but the opportunity didn't arise, since we were in the middle cap and most of our enemies were far away. I hope you enjoyed it anyway. Give it a thumbs up if you did. Subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Ring the bell so you don't miss any videos. And leave your feedback and comments in the below section, and I will answer them all. Thank you for watching. Good games and goodbye.
Our team depends upon you.
Much obliged, Commander.
That's how it's done. Nice work. Good game, everyone.
Bye, have a great time.